Hi, my name is Vanya Brightman Cox, and I'm going to be your instructor for Marriage and Family this fall at Ursinus. Unfortunately, I'm in Minnesota this week because I'm teaching a short course to graduate students at the University of Minnesota on discourse analysis. That means that I'm not in Collegeville. So I'm going to show a short YouTube clip of me so you can kind of get a feel for who I am. Hi to people that I've had in class before. Very excited to see that you're on the roster, and welcome to the people that I haven't had in class before. This class should be a lot of fun. I wanted to tell you a little bit about who I am as a scholar and as a teacher. As a scholar, I study change at the global level. I'm interested in social change at the global level. So specifically, my dissertation is on human trafficking policy, especially human trafficking for sex, and how the UN frames that discourse, how they talk about human trafficking in international law. And then I'm also interested in how activists engage with, negotiate with this UN discourse in order to try to actually deal with this issue on the ground. In general, my areas of expertise or my areas of special interest are gender, the sociology of gender, the sociology of sexuality, sociology of bodies, especially medicalized bodies, and globalization. And well, as a teacher, I tend to lead an active classroom. You'll be moving around quite a bit in this classroom. I like getting into smaller groups and then moving into bigger groups. Because I feel that really facilitates discussion. My classrooms tend to be very discussion heavy, and so there will be a lot of talking. I don't like regurgitating what we've just recently read in the text or should have recently read in the text. I would like to assume that you've done the reading, and then when we get to class, we just start our discussions from there. The text I've chosen is possibly the best text that I think I could ever find on issues of marriage and family in contemporary US. Please note that I have chosen the most recent edition. Make sure that your text says 2010 on it. The authors are Bakazin, Eitzen, and Wells. And I guess that's it about me. I just wanted to just really reiterate that I'm incredibly available as of right now. I'm going to be checking my email often. If you have questions regarding this course, I'm going to cover a few things on the syllabus before I sign off and talk about a little assignment that's going to be due next week. But if you have any questions between now and the time we meet, you are more than welcome to email me. If we need to talk via phone or via Skype, I'm more than available. I'm totally always within reach of internet, and so it's not a problem. I want you to know that I am available to you. I'm just not present in Collegeville today or Thursday. But I want to remain incredibly available to you. So the few things that I would say about the syllabus is that please take a look at it. We will go over it. I'm going to cover a few more things when we meet on Tuesday, but it's a standard syllabus. The one thing that I really did want to deal with is just talk a bit about your assessment. You will have 4 quizzes on the text. That's to keep you reading. If you're anything like me, the easiest thing to let fall behind is one's reading schedule. And so to keep you reading and to keep you up to date on where we're at in the course, I've put 4 quizzes on the reading into our semester's schedule. There also is this interview project that's going to be due next week. I'll talk about that in a second. And then this course is going to really focus on the construction of a course paper. Now, not all of you are sociologists, and not all of you have had sociological methods. But this course is going to be a research paper. I like teaching methods. In any course that I teach, I tend to focus heavily on how sociologists do their methods. I think this is important because sociology is not just personal opinion. There is a great deal of rigor that go behind the information that we put forward. So we'll spend some time on methods, but the meat of this course is really going to be your course paper. So that means that within a couple of weeks there's going to be a proposal due, and then after you decide what you want to write a paper on within the realm of marriage and family, then you will have to do a literature review, which means you'll have to look and see what other sociologists have said on the matter. And then there will be a methods section. We're going to cover what sociological methods are during the time of this course, and you will write just a little, maybe one pager on what your methods are, what kind of paper you're going to do. There will be a findings section because you are actually going to go out and gather empirical data, and then the final paper will be due when you would normally have a final exam. Also, you will be graded on class participation. That's subjectively graded by me. So things I want to talk about, just the course paper for just a brief second. We're going to talk a lot about how to do this course paper in the first couple of weeks so you're not completely lost as to what you would do. We're going to rely on qualitative methods because those are some things that you can probably pick up a little quicker than, say, if you were to do a statistical paper. I wouldn't recommend doing a statistical paper. But we'll talk about what ethnography is, participant observation. Maybe you'd want to go observe a family or two, have a hypothesis, and then observe them, see if what they do fits your observations. Maybe you'd want to interview a couple of people and see how they feel or think or act about a specific issue that you're interested in. Maybe you'd be interested in content analysis. Maybe you love to watch The Family Guy and you want to see, and you're also interested in gender, and so you could see what sociologists say about gender and families, come up with some hypotheses, and then watch a few Family Guy clips or episodes and see how The Family Guy presents deals with your hypothesis. Of course, it's a lot more complicated than what I could do in a YouTube clip, so I can't do it justice right now, but we'll spend plenty of time talking. Those are just kind of ideas of different ways that you could write a short research paper in sociology. And we'll talk a lot more about this in the coming weeks. If you have questions, you can email me ahead of time, but we'll definitely start talking about it right at the get-go. The last thing that I would say is that there is no class on Thursday, September 2nd. Instead, I am asking you to do a short interview project to just so you can get a feel of what interviewing is all about. It is due on Tuesday, September 7th in class. Please type or word process it. Your final version should look pretty much like what the sheet of paper asks it to look like. And there's just 5 questions. Find 4 people, ask them the 5 questions on this sheet of paper, and then make sure you're the 5th person. You can ask yourself the questions first and then go out and interview, or you can ask yourself the questions last and do all your interviews first. I don't want to know which respondent you are. Don't give me the names of any of your respondents. Let's pretend there's a little bit of confidentiality here, which there actually is because I won't know anybody's names. But that's due on September 7th. If people have problems answering one of the questions, probe them a little bit. Do an interview. Say, oh, they don't know? Well, why don't you know? Is this something you've never thought of? Doesn't your family... is your family, so question 4, are you comfortable talking about marriage? Why or why not? If they say, I don't know, say, well, why don't you know? I mean, just probe a little bit deeper as to why someone might feel like they can't even answer a fairly simple question, which is really not a simple question at all. So I guess that's it. I look forward to spending time with you starting next week, and I hope you have a great weekend. If you have questions, email me. I am 100% available to you, and as soon as class is over, I'm going to start checking my email just to see if anybody wants to write to me or if they have any questions. Take care, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.